Hi everyone, welcome back to Capital Update. We're talking with Representative Sandy Masin of Eagan and Burnsville. Thanks
Hi,
again.
Charlene.
We want to talk a little bit now, Representative Masin, about the budget, because that really is kind of the looming big job out there. We talked a little bit about the jobs agenda, we talked about healthcare and GAMC, but now you're moving into some really serious discussions about how to keep balancing the state's budget deficit. What have you done so far, and then what comes next? Tell us where we are.
The budget cuts so far have dealt with virtually almost everything excepting education and health care. And some of those have been extremely critical and very hard to deal with as well. But we've done that, so we're more than a third of the way towards the cuts that we need to be making. The other thing that I think we've been trying, we knew was on the forefront, is what would happen in D.C. with the health care bill. Well, we now know that they have passed that, and actually for Minnesota, it looks like we should really be in a pretty good situation the way things look now. I mean, they're still going through all the fine print, but it looks like we should come out in fairly good shape as a result of that bill.
So in terms of the budget, are you saying that there may be some money coming from Washington that would maybe offset some of the further reductions you need to make?
Exactly.
At least as it pertains to health care?
That is what I'm hoping, and that's what I'm hearing.
And so once you get that news, then you're left with really what are the largest areas of the state budget: health care and K-12. How do you determine how to make cuts, especially knowing that you've made significant cuts, especially to healthcare in the last couple of years?
That's going to be increasingly and incredibly difficult because, again, because I've been on the Jobs Task Force and the Small Business Caucus, what we're hearing is education is critical to the future of our economy and essential if we're going to keep the high-tech jobs here. So we know we need to be making the cuts, and at this point, I really am concerned about, we're going to do what we have to do because Minnesota has to have a balanced budget. There's no question. But what I'm hearing is that at this point, the school districts now are cutting off teachers. They've made as many cuts as they can. That concerns me. We certainly are going to be looking for many options, but it is going to be a difficult time.
Do you think that it's possible to do this in a way that maybe we feel some short-term pain and can maybe reverse some of these cuts going forward, or is this something that we're going to be feeling for a long time into the future?
I think there are two answers for that. Item one, I do believe that we do need a change in leadership, and hopefully that we will be able to make some changes where there's a little bit more flexibility in how we bring in revenue, how we make the cuts, and there hasn't been that flexibility right now. So we're doing what we have to do right now to get through the session, but I'm hoping that with a change in leadership that we should be able to go back, make some changes, and then I think people are expecting us to do reform, and I think we have a number of bills that are proposing to do that. Certainly, last year with the bill that I had for strategic and long-range planning, while some of that you will see some of the information coming forward on that. There are other bills. There's a group of us that have banded together called Project Redesign, and all of these bills are to do something to maybe streamline government, to make changes. But that takes time, and in some cases, as he said, it may cost us a little money while we make the changes, but we are looking forward to less cost down the road.
Well, I think on that note, it's always a good idea to continue to keep in touch with your state representative. I know, Representative, you always encourage people to keep in touch.
Exactly.
Thank you for dropping by. Hopefully, Capital Update is one way that you can learn what's going on, and it will encourage you to keep in touch with Representative Masin.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.